What's up guys, DJAlyss here with another video for you today. Unfortunately, I did realize towards the end of recording literally all of my content that my microphone was completely off, so it's been one of those days guys. It has, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's Monday, you know, it's Monday. So forgetting that, let's just get into the video. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do a voiceover for all of this. I will probably unmute it at some of the parts, even though the audio quality is going to be bad and echoey. I will warn you of that. But yeah, part of it, most of it was muted. Some of it that did get recorded was echoey. For some reason, it was recording me twice with the same microphone. I'm not sure what's wrong with that. I've never changed my settings before, but let's get into the video. It doesn't matter. Basically what I'm saying here is I did go ahead and put an enchantment table because that's what I wanted to do. So off camera, I did go ahead and finish making our enchantment table, finish doing all my iron tools, and I did go ahead and grab a lodestone and a compass, and I was getting ready to head to the nether. I ended up enchanting just a few of my items, mainly my armor, because I did just want to go in there prepared. But yeah, after that, I decided to go into the nether, and when I did, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't go that well. First thing I did notice off the bat is there was a lot of holes everywhere. The floor was just one layer, so I immediately got attacked by a ghast who was relentless. This ghast did not want to leave me alone. It was so annoying. But yeah, they did go ahead and break a hole in the floor, so I almost fell there. After I patched that up and everything, I decided to put out the fires and wait for the chunk that the ghast was in to unload. So yeah, that was annoying. I did end up looking at my coordinates and figuring out where I was, and while I was doing that, I got attacked by the ghast again. Absolutely relentless ghast. Oh my dude, relax, man. Once the ghast situation was sorted out, I ended up filling in the holes that it had made, and honestly, I was already discouraged here and immediately regretting coming to the nether. But unfortunately, if we want to get to the end, it has to be done. So, after looking around me and seeing a crimson forest and a warped forest, I made a little house for my nether portal. I was not going to get knocked off by a ghast, and I was not going to have anything exploded by it, and I just wanted a little safe haven just in case something did end up happening. Once that was all done, said and done, I ended up looking at my coordinates, kind of figuring out where I was at, and at this point, I was extremely confused. I knew that I wanted to find a nether fortress as soon as possible to make this whole thing over as quickly as I possibly could. As soon as I created this world and started thinking about even making this challenge and video, I knew that this was going to be the worst endeavor, personally, for me, for the entire series. I instead just started mining the floor, replacing with cobblestone, placing my lodestone, and just sitting in bewilderment. Frankly, I did not want to be here, and I wanted to get out of here as safely and as soon as possible, getting what I needed and getting out immediately. Unfortunately for me, that was going to prove to be quite difficult, as I had spawned in a giant island just surrounded by pools and pools of lava. Anywhere I would like to go was going to be an issue. I decided to try and look around and maybe jump down a little bit and build down to see if I could kind of maneuver my way out of here and kind of get a better view. That ended up not working out very well, as I mean, it was just lava as far as I could see. I was very confused, and I kept checking my coordinates because I did read somewhere that as long as you go in a straight line from your nether portal, you are guaranteed to find another fortress. And after mining through a little tunnel, I found that it was just more lava. So I gave up on that strategy and decided to just head back and try my luck another day. After a quick lunch break, giving me time to think and recuperate, I decided that I was going to try a different approach. If I wanted to find another fortress, I needed to do so in a way completable by my means. I am not good at traveling or traversing the nether. I am awful at it. Lava pools, ghast, piglins, brutes, everything you can imagine, even magma cubes. Everything at the nether is against me, and I know that. But unfortunately, if I want to actually complete this game and this world, I need to go to the end, and in order to do that, I need Eyes of Ender. So I decided to take down my nether portal at my house and travel a minimum of 1,000 blocks away from my home to go and try to navigate and just go through the nether via the overworld. I know it sounds counterintuitive. However, as someone like me who's not very good at Minecraft, I just wanted to figure it out. So I decided to go straight in the direction that I spawned from the Nether portal, but reverse the coordinates and do it in the overworld. So I decided to travel many blocks. And this was going to turn out to be a very good decision. I ended up doing my research and I looked for this video and I found a guy that explained to me that if I were to go straight in one direction, I was almost guaranteed to find another portal. He was also very adamant in the fact that if you stay on the positive x-axis of your coordinates, that you were more likely to get another portal. Another fortress, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I decided to take his advice as I had seen his whole video and he explained it very well and it really helped me find a new home for my new Nether portal. Thankfully, I only had to travel exactly 1,000 blocks when I was greeted with something great, but I'm a little slow and I didn't notice it until a little bit while after. So fortunately, as soon as I loaded in, I was able to immediately start working on making a little area so that I would not get blown off by a ghast, and I just covered my Nether portal just straight after. I didn't want to fall over the edge. After that was done, I don't know if you guys can see in the distance, but when I actually load in, I can immediately see a Nether portal. Sorry, I keep saying Nether portal. I'm so sorry about that. I keep seeing I saw a Nether fortress, and unfortunately, I am not the most aware, so I did miss that just right off the bat, and I didn't actually go explore it. I instead decided to travel a little bit. So I decided to just travel and look around, just check my surroundings to see if I could look for another fortress. I ended up deciding to go this way just because there was actual land and it wasn't just covered by lava and surrounded by lava. I did go and look around and I found another Crimson Forest, which was nice. However, once I saw a Soul Valley, I was like, I'm not gonna go mess with that because skeletons will immediately kill me and I just suck at being in the Nether in general. So I tried to start digging through a tunnel to get to the other side and get through the Soul Valley, but that proved to be very useless and time consuming, as well as resource consuming as my pickaxe was about to break. And I decided to go back and come back later to the Nether once I had gathered up some more tools. However, on my way back into the portal, I did stumble upon something that I should have noticed right off the bat. Wait, am I tripping right now? There's no way. Wait, hold on. Oh my gosh, wait, it's right there. Wait, no, wait, it's actually right there. Hold on, it's actually... Wait, no, wait, actually? Wait, bruh, oh my god, okay. Wait, actually, okay. So once the initial shock had actually set in, I debated whether I should pursue or go back for more resources, but I decided to just push forward. And yeah, this was actually kind of crazy because normally I go fully decked out because I am not very good at going, and I ended up just trying to bridge over and connect it. So I built like a mini little staircase and I started taking damage, so I got a little freaked out and spooked and I didn't know what was hitting me. And then I realized it was a blaze from afar, which worked in our favor because obviously it's good to have a blaze spawner just immediately right there because it makes for easy blaze rod farming. So yeah, I kind of made a little opening and a little bridge area and I just made sure to complete it and connect everything because I was not going to take the risk of falling. And once that was done, I just immediately jumped into battle. I started hitting things and fighting things, and yeah, it went pretty alright right off the bat. Of course, my relaxation was very short-lived as it decided to spawn not one, not two, but 3 blazes all at the same time, and I proceeded to get absolutely pummeled. I'm not good at combat and I never will be. Maybe one day I'll be a pro. I really don't think so. I've never been good at PvP or anything. So I just built a little netherrack wall and kind of plotted what I was going to do next. I debated on whether I could take them or not and ultimately decided I could take maybe 1 or 2 out, and then I gave up. I left and I decided to come back in a little bit, take some ground, and just come back to regroup and everything. Unfortunately for me, I think the game had other plans because once I kind of got my health back up and started eating some steak, I decided to go grab some more blocks just so I can kind of build like I don't know, I wanted to build like some form of farm, but very simplistic one, but I just wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I decided to just grab a bunch of nether blocks, and I decided that once I got over there, I would decide what exactly I was going to do with them. My main idea was to just block myself in. As you can see, I kept stepping in fire. I'm awful. But unfortunately, I had some very unwelcome guests that I did not know how to get rid of, and thought it'd be best to flee. However, feeling like the hero in the moment that I was, I decided to try and fight both of them off, which proved to be an awful idea, as they did end up giving me the withered effect, and ultimately, I did end up withering away. So once I got back, I ended up taking out some anger on some of the mobs that were around my base since it was raining and nighttime, and did ultimately end up dying at those very same hands. I was very frustrated and discouraged at this point, but now that it was day, I decided to make my way back to the nether portal, which was 1,000 blocks away from my original home. It was pretty annoying and inconvenient, as when I finally started making my way over there, I decided to chop down a tree to get a boat, and unfortunately my mouse decided to completely break and not work and just start shaking, which ultimately ended up frustrating me even more than I already was. Once I completed figuring out the problem with my mouse, I ended up continuing chopping down the tree and making a boat. And honestly, this whole part I was just very annoyed, and I basically AFK'd hold W while I was scrolling reels because my attention span was completely gone and my motivation was very quickly depleting. I was already done for the day, as I knew I was going to be, since I don't like the nether, and I decided to just continue traversing and make my way back there one way or another. Once I'd finally made my way back, I decided to put some more blocks down, as well as gathering more blocks, and was really debating on whether to just end the video here or to just tough it out and go and try to kill some more blaze, because I honestly did not want to come back and make it back here, and I just wanted to get this over with as quickly as I possibly could. I ultimately decided to thug it out, and I went to go fight more blaze, thinking that I was going to be okay. For a little bit, I thought everything was going to work out well. I built the little cube house thing for protection that I wanted, but I soon realized that this was going to be a huge, almost fatal mistake that was going to greatly affect me later on down the line. I quickly started killing blazes, and I don't know, I thought everything was going to be okay. I kind of expanded it a little bit more just so that I would have more of an opening and can pick from openings in which I could actually hit the blazes, and I used some of the nether fences to fill in blocks. However, I realized I didn't have very many blocks, and the blocks I did have could be burned with the blazes. And if they chose to burn down my entire thing, I was going to be screwed. I didn't know what to do as I was out of blocks, and I decided to just continue getting the blazes, trying to farm for blaze rods, and things started to look up for a little bit. It was a little bit difficult since, again, I'm not a fighter. I'm not very good at it. But things quickly turned south as they started burning my wood planks, and the roof and everything was soon to be burned down, and I knew that it was going to happen as I was going to start losing blocks. And the spawn rate just increased so suddenly and so quickly. I wasn't sure what to do. Every time I opened an opening, I was getting attacked. And on top of that, my pickaxe was about to break, which is something that I didn't realize until it was literally too late. I didn't know what to do at this point, so I tried to camp it out, and I decided my best option was going to be to mine down. As you can see, there are so many blazes here. I was panicking, I didn't know what to do. All my planks were burning down, and I was losing cover. I was so scared. I didn't want to die because I don't want to die too many times in this challenge. So I started mining down frantically and scared. And not only did my pickaxe break, but I was also starting to get attacked by other blazes around me. So the blocks that I did use from the pickaxe that I got before it broke, completely gone. I got attacked by this blaze and I was so scared that I was just going to die and lose everything in lava here. I didn't want to lose any progress that I had made. And honestly, I was so terrified here. I did end up getting a blaze rod, but right now, blaze rods were the least of my worries to me. I just wanted to get out of the Nether safely and go back home. After eating some food and looking outside, I also put on my gold armor that had blast protection and fire protection. I decided that since everything was starting to fall apart, I had no choice but to run it. I was terrified, and I didn't know if I was going to survive. I knew that if I didn't, I would lose everything. So, I decided to brave it out, took a deep breath, and just decided to run for it. Alright, let's fucking run! Oh yeah, I'm so dead. I'm so fucking dead. Holy shit, I am so fucking dead. Holy, I bet you guys have never seen something like this before, huh? No fucking way I survived that shit. There's no fucking way I survived that shit. Oh my god, I'm a god, I'm a god, I'm literally a god, I'm literally a god. I'm literally a fucking god. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Looking back into the Nether fortress, I immediately made my way home. I was so done with the Nether. I never wanted to come back. Getting attacked by a ghast on my way out was a true closing to the chapter of the Nether. Once I finally did make it home, I was so relieved. I ended up putting away all my stuff, relaxing for a little bit, and deciding I never wanted to go back. I ended up crafting the blaze rods into blaze powder, and ultimately decided that the next time I went to the Nether would be until I needed actual Eyes of Ender. I didn't want to go unless I absolutely had to, and I didn't even bother making any potions. So I decided the next time I go to the Nether, it'll only be if I absolutely have to and need some forms of the blaze or blaze rods, and I did not want to go back unless I absolutely had to. I'm so sorry about the voiceover, guys. I really am. I wanted you guys to hear all my commentary because this was actually a crazy experience. I never want to go back to the Nether again, guys, but if I have to, I'll do it for you guys. I did end up deciding that the next video will be about making the village an actual nice village. I want to, renovate it a little bit, fix some holes in the areas, make an iron golem or two, or make an iron golem farm, I don't know. But I do want to fix out my base. After the horrible adventure I had in the Nether, I do not want any adventure for a while. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a great rest of your day, night, evening, or anything else that you're having. And yeah, I hope you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe go check out the other videos if this is your first time watching this Let's Play with us. This is How to Play Minecraft Part 5, and basically, we're gonna defeat the end and the whole game by myself for the first time. Have a wonderful night, guys. DJAlyss, out.